What is up, everybody? How's it going? Austin prechtelevate Performance, coming at you live. Happy Monday, everybody. Happy freaking Monday. Happy Monday. If you can tell, I feel quite a bit better today. Not sure what is going on, but I'm here for it. I'm happy to feel a lot freaking better. I would say I'm probably I would like an 8 or a 9 out of 10 compared to how I normally feel. So just I feel like I keep getting better and better by the day. So whatever was going on can stay the hell away from me. whatever was happening, I'm happy that it's not happening anymore. But as you guys are tuning in, feel free to give this video a like, drop some fire in the chat so I know that you're here. But we're gonna jump into things here in just a second. We're gonna be talking about how your journey is probably like it is like a highway. It's like a 3-lane highway. We're gonna be talking about to try and figure out which lane you're in right now and which lane that you need to be in right now, based on your own journey. But like I said, as you're tuning in, let me know how your day is going. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I honestly didn't lose too much progress after not being able to hit the gym for honestly, I was having kind of little crappy workouts for the last like 2 weeks at least, if not longer. And so it just goes to show, like I talked about in my other live, that progress does not get lost super quickly. You lose progress about half the time that it takes to get that progress, or it takes twice as long to lose the progress. So if you didn't work out for 6 months, right? Or if you didn't work out for if you didn't work out for 6 months, you'd only lose about 3 months of progress. So yeah, just view it that way. So I mean, I don't even think I think my body was glad that I rested it. So yeah. But as you're tuning in, hey Aaron, how's it going? Yes, I can tell. So glad you're feeling. Yeah, my energy's back like a lot. Like I just felt so run down. Like it was just literally like I was just like chronically ill. It was awful. But now I feel I have so much more energy. So I feel good. I'm literally on a walking treadmill right now. I'm already at about 9K steps for the day. So yeah, feeling good. Feeling good, honestly. And it's only 10 a.m. I'm almost at my 10K step goal, and it's not even noon yet. Like, let's go. So, yeah, guys. So let's talk about this. So your journey, right, is like a highway, right? And we're in this scenario, it's a 3-lane highway. Okay. And I'm gonna admit I heard this. I watched a TikTok this morning, and it kind of gave me this idea, this concept, this almost analogy. So I didn't come up with it on my own, but then again, nobody comes up with really anything on their own because nobody's self-made. But this idea, this concept. So they were relating it to like there's 3 different types of drivers, and so I was like, oh well, there's kind of like 3 different stages of somebody's journey that they're in, right? Or 3 different routes that they can take to reach their goals, and well, to either to try to reach their goals. Let's say that, because you're going to notice each of these lanes, and you might recognize that you're in one of them right now, isn't probably going to be ideal to getting you to your, to actually reach your goals and to succeed, okay? And so, when it comes to that, there's these 3 lanes, right? You got your right lane, you got your middle lane, and you got your left lane. If you're watching this right now and you don't know what I'm about to say, you probably are one of those drivers that annoys me whenever I'm driving, but the left lane is passing lane, right? It's for going faster. It's for, passing cars. You don't go slow in the left lane, right? You don't go slow in the left lane. But it's also chaotic, right? It's also chaotic. It's probably unsustainable. You might get pulled over. Who knows, right? You got your middle lane, which is kind of like this, like, I don't know which lane I want to be in. We're probably not turning soon. We're probably, going to be, like, maybe I want to be in the left lane longer. I don't know. So this transitional lane, right? This time of almost confusion and figuring things out, figuring out directions, right? And then you got your right lane, right? Which, I'll be honest, when it comes to actually driving, I'm almost never in that lane just because I like getting places quicker. But in this analogy, the right lane is for those that are cruising at whatever probably the speed limit is, maybe 5 over. They're chilling. They know where they're going in life. They know how they're doing things. They know what direction they know where their next stop is, or they're just they're in a rhythm, right? They're feeling good. They're in a good place. They're in no rush. They probably left ahead of time to get to their destination, so they're not pressed for time. They're feeling good. They're kind of living their best life, chilling in the right lane, just going at their own pace, doing their own thing, right? So, relating this to your fitness journey, right? Relating this to your fitness journey, which of those lanes are you probably in right now, right? I'm going to explain which lanes, how these apply to your actual fitness journey, right? So, you know, are you right now in the middle lane, right? You're just starting out, typically, right? You're just starting out. Are you just starting out right now? You don't really know. You see people that are talking about, man, they've got their, you see people in the right lane where it's like, oh, like they've got their macros figured out. They're on this journey. They seem to be in momentum. They're just they're in this rhythm, right? They've got balance to their life, right? I like that. That sounds nice, right? That looks good. But you're in the middle right now because you don't know where to go. You don't know which one you're going to do. You're trying to figure this stuff out right now, right? And then you look at the left lane and you're like, damn, they are like speeding. They're going fucking crazy right now. They're going fast. They're like trying to lose like 5 pounds a week. Like they're going to the gym 7 times a week. They're working out for they're at the gym for 2 hours a day, like doing ass loads of cardio, and they're starving themselves. And like, oh my gosh, like are they even paying attention to their gas tank, right? Like how much gas do they have left in their car? Oh my god, like you're watching that. You're like, man, that looks like I can make a lot of progress really quick if I stay in that left lane. I just like go crazy, go fast. But I'm also kind of nervous because that doesn't sound like something I could do for the rest of my life, right? So you're at this impasse, right? Right now, you're in this like middle lane impasse, and you're just like, especially if you're just starting out on your journey, or if you're switching from one phase of it to another, like you're like, that didn't really work for me, right? Keto maybe didn't work for me. Atkins diet maybe didn't work for me. Maybe those shakes and supplements and things that you're trying that didn't really work for me. Man, I'm in this like middle lane right now. I don't really know where I want to go. I've been trying that fast lane shit, right? I've been trying that fast lane shit. And every time it burns me out, or I get pulled over and I have to get a ticket, and I stop my journey for a long period of time, right? And I feel like I failed, or whatever may have happened, right? So you're in this middle lane. You're trying to decide, do I want to go back to that left lane again and get hurt again, in a sense, or do I want to take the journey of being in the right lane and have more balance to my life and have more a sense of like knowing where I'm going and having a sense of like, oh, like I'm in control, right? I'm in control of like my health. I'm in control of my nutrition. It's calculated in a sense. I know what I'm doing, right? I know if I just stay the speed I'm going, stay the course, I got my directions, right? I'm gonna reach my goal. It may not be as quick or as flashy as the left laners, but what we just talked about, sometimes the left laners don't even get there, right? Most of the time I would argue that they don't get there without there being repercussions, right? Of either getting a ticket or an AKA, burning out and not being able to start, or not actually reach their goals, or quitting entirely, right? Or they get in a wreck and they ruin their goals, or whatever it may be in this analogy, right? Which lane do you want to be in right now, right? Because I encourage you guys, no matter what lane you're in right now, right? No matter what lane you're in right now, to try and get to that right lane, right? To try and get into that right lane of your journey where you know what's going on, where you are in control, where you are tracking your foods, where you have a plan for your workouts, right? Where you're making the time for it, where you're giving yourself leeway to hit those goals, to hit those milestones, where you're making a journey out of it, where you're making a lifestyle out of it. Because being in that right lane is going to get you to where you want to be, right? That's the consistency lane. That's the lane of control. That's the lane of having a balance in life. And where there's balance, there can come progress. But if you're always in the middle lane, and you're always on the fence, and you don't know which one you want to do, and you're trying to figure out what you're trying to do all the time, and everybody's at that point at some point in their journey when they're first starting out, or if they're transitioning to something else. But like the sooner you can get to that right lane of that highway of your journey, the sooner you're going to reach your goals, right? And so if you're in that left lane right now, right, you're rushing it. You're taking shortcuts. You're trying to go as fast as possible to reach your goals, right? There will come a time where that is not sustainable, right? Whether that be if you're on keto right now and you want to go have drinks with your friends, or you want to eat some fun foods, or maybe you hit a rough patch and you want to be able to go, enjoy dinner with your family at a Italian restaurant or something, for example, right? There's going to come a time where that's not going to be fun anymore. It's not going to be sustainable anymore. It's not going to be something that you can maintain. and then you're going to quit, and you're going to fall off, and then you're going to crash and burn, and you're going to be like, what's wrong with me? When the only thing that you're doing wrong is you're choosing unsustainable methods to reaching your goals at the end of the day, right? There's nothing inherently wrong with you other than maybe you're just going for shortcuts all the time. And maybe you don't know that there's other options out there, right? Maybe you think that the only lane is the left lane right now because you see everybody else always doing it, right? Because you always see everybody else doing it. It's the only thing that you know, right? But I'm here to tell you guys, if you're stuck in the left lane right now, right, and you feel like you can't reach your goals, there is not only a middle lane to figure that shit out, right, which one you want to be in, but there's also the right lane, which I hope that you get to eventually, right? Because that's what's going to help you get to your goals. That's going to help you. That's what's going to allow you to get to your goals is finding that balance in life, right? Finding that sustainable route. Yeah, it may take longer, but it doesn't matter how long it's going to take because you're actually going to get there. Versus the other routes, there's a high level of uncertainty. There's like an 85+% chance of you not doing it and reaching your goals because that's how many fad diets fail. It's actually more than that, I believe. You know, like over 85% of people fail their New Year's resolutions. There's a reason for that. Is because the vast majority of those people are trying to take shortcut routes. They're in the left lane. They're trying to do it as quickly as possible. They're trying to do it unsustainably, right? So at the end of the day, you got to ask yourself, are you okay with it taking a little bit longer because you're in the right lane, but you're actually going to get there? Or are you just going to keep trying to be in the left lane? You're going to keep getting tickets. You're going to keep getting burnout. You're going to keep having a bad time, and you're never actually going to reach your goals, right? I'd rather it take a little bit longer and be in a way more enjoyable process, right, and actually reach my goals than to try and do it as quickly as possible and never actually make it, right? So these are the mindset you guys have to have coming into your fitness journey. And I'm not saying that there won't be times where you're going to be in the right lane and a little bit of chaos is going to be thrown into your life, and you might get in the middle lane a little bit and have to kind of like, find your balance again, and then, slowly get back over to that right lane, right? You might even get hit with something crazy, and you're going to get thrown into the left lane, like I kind of did for a little while, right? I was kind of like this last month, I've been like teetering on the border of the left lane and the middle lane, right? Just kind of like, whoa, what the hell is going on? But now I've kind of gotten myself back into this place of equilibrium. Now I'm in the right lane again with my own journey, right? Same thing applies to you guys. You have to view your journey in this way. It's like, doesn't matter if you're trying to, you can take the route that's going to get you there as quickly as possible, but you're probably not going to get there at the end of the day, right? Because that's an unsustainable route. That left lane is a dangerous lane sometimes versus the right lane. So I hope that this analogy helps, because the sooner that you can get to that right lane and find that sense of balance, that sense of sustainability, that sense of like actually enjoying the journey and the process of it, and just like, because there's going to be highs and lows in everybody's journey, but like finding that place of sustainability, right? Man, you're going to have a much better time. You're going to have a much easier time reaching your goals. You're going to have a much more realistic, like actual, like being able to get to your goals, right? That's actually going to happen. So I hope that this was helpful. I hope that this brought you guys some value, some perspective to your own journey. What lane are you in right now for yourself? Be honest with yourself. Like, which lane are you in, right? Are you in the left lane? Are you in the middle lane right now, just starting out? Are you in the right lane? And you got to kind of figure it out right now. Or you feel like you're cruising, right? You're hitting your stride. You're in momentum. But let me tell you, being in that right lane, that's the best place to be in a journey. That's the best place to be in a journey, honestly. And there won't be, and I will say too, like there will be times where, you might get into that left lane again. And there are periods of time where being in that left lane may be okay, right? May be okay if you're trying to, finish a deadline, or, it's kind of come down to like crunch time for something going on. But it's not sustainable to stay in that lane for very long. And I will say that. It's not very sustainable to be in that lane for very long. And there will come a time where you got to hit the brakes and you got to slow down. You got to figure your shit out and get back into that right lane for your own journey. So I hope this is helpful. Hope you guys have a good, it's not Friday, it's Monday. Hope you're having a good Monday so far. And other than that, that's all I got for you guys today. Which lane are you in? And if you're watching this at a later time, hashtag replay so I know that you saw it. Let me know your number one takeaway in the comments down below. I hope that this analogy helps. And yeah, have a good freaking Monday. Let's kick ass this week. And I hope that you crush your goals. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.